Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the evening edition of the Cricket Happening show with your host Ram. And yes, I do have a sore throat, but yes, as I always have said, that cricket is a real passion for me. I just something that I just have to do every day. And I'm sure you're all keeping me company, which makes it all the more, I would say, for taking all these pains. It really gives me a lot of pleasure to bring this cricket show to you, dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Thank you for all your support. Well, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, as far as today's Cricket Happening show goes, it will be the third day's play in the match between West Indies and West Indies, as you know, playing against Pakistan the third day in the third Test match in Sharjah. In fact, West Indies went on to take the lead for the first time in the series as they went on to take a 56-run lead, and also the feature was the very solid West Indian opening bat. Craig Brathwaite became the fifth West Indian in the Test history to actually carry his bat through the innings by scoring an unbeaten 142. And that really, with some help from Jason Holder and Bishu, they went on to take the lead of 56 runs. And then the West Indian captain, Jason Holder, absolutely rocked the Pakistanis by actually forcing them to lose 3 wickets as he used a short ball to good effect to send the top half into the pavilion, and they were at stumps. They were 87 for 4. So Jason Holder bowling a good spell earlier. Wahab Riaz for Pakistan picking up 5 wickets. So definitely only 31 runs ahead Pakistan now, and they have 6 wickets to go. But all the big fishes have gone. Misbah and Yunis are back into the pavilion. So that is something that West Indies would be happy about as far as their performance on the third day was concerned. Now the next match is between Zimbabwe versus Sri Lanka, and unfortunately today was a rain hit day as far as Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe were concerned. The only feature being that Sri Lanka kept on amassing runs, and today was the fourth day, and so it will be interesting to see whether Sri Lanka declare, because they're already leading by 411 runs, and we are getting into the final day tomorrow. Today was day 4, and because of the rain actually hitting them hard, in fact the Sri Lankans finished at 247 for 6, the feature being Dimut Karnaratne, who has been really struggling for a form, one could say, finally had his way as he made his century here. He made 110, and 411 is what they are ahead with 4 wickets in hand. And I'm sure I won't be surprised if the Sri Lankan captain Rangana Herath actually declares the innings and tells Zimbabwe to have a go at it on the final day, and that should be pretty interesting. Well, dear fans and subscribers, now let's get into the details here. So first I'm getting into the match between the Pakistanis and the West Indians, and West Indies actually resuming on their overnight score. One was, as I said, Craig Brathwaite was there in the middle. They had Jason Holder. Jason Holder started off with a flurry of boundaries against Mohammad Amir, and things were going on, and the score had reached 263, and that was the time Mohammad Amir actually angled in a ball, and with Jason Holder venting probably a wrong judgment on the part of Jason Holder, as he shouldered arms to Mohammad Amir to lose his stumps for 16 with 3 boundaries, which made it 63 for 7. And then Bishu, as I said, is sort of a one who can really defy the bowling, and that's what he precisely did in the company of Craig Brathwaite. Brathwaite went on to his fifth Test century, which was very good to see. He's a very and Jason Holder made a statement saying that Brathwaite is good for 100 tests. Why not? Yes, he definitely has a good technique, and he's a very solid opening bat. I think Brathwaite is someone who is going to be a real feature of the West Indian Test batting lineup. There's no doubt about it. So Brathwaite, as I said, becoming the fifth West Indian batsman to actually go in the, carry the bat through the innings, and the previous batsman being Chris Gale, who did it in Adelaide, and Frank Waddell, the very great Frank Waddell, and also Conrad Hunt and Desmond Haynes, as you know, another opener who did that. So Craig Brathwaite did a wonderful job. He was not out on 142 with 11 boundaries. Bishu defied, and Bishu was the one who gave the company to Brathwaite, as Brathwaite, in the company of Bishu, managed to take the West Indian score past the Pakistan score and get into the lead. And finally, they were all out for 337. Wahab Riaz picking up wickets pretty quickly to finish with 5 wickets in the second inning, in the first innings, and also this was his second 5-wicket haul in Test cricket. So Bishu making 27 with 2 boundaries, Joseph 6, and Gabriel not. Wahab Riaz was the only bowler who actually, Mohammad Ami picked up 371, bowled well, I thought, in this particular innings, and Wahab Riaz 26.4 overs on, made 88 runs and 5 wickets. Now Pakistan were in arrears of 56 runs when they started, and initially we saw Sami Aslam and Azhar Ali get past Shannon Gabriel, who was really bowling with lots of fire. At the other end, Alzari Joseph was also doing a full good job there. Sami Aslam and Azhar Ali were really trying to chisel together a partnership. While that was going on, as far as Gabriel and Joseph were there, Sami Aslam and Azhar Ali were slowly biding their time. But Jason Holder, who came in as first change, really started rocking the Pakistani boat very hard. As first he picked up the wicket, he used the short ball to good effect. First he picked up the wicket of Sami Aslam, forcing him to play a shot at a short delivery, and Joseph took the catch. So he was the first victim. So caught Joseph bowled Holder for 17 with 1 boundary, and Jason Holder was bowling with lots of pace, and he was really hurrying the batsmen on their toes. And after that, Asad Shafiq was given an awkward ball to deal with by Jason Holder, as he had him fending at a delivery, and Bravo actually taking the catch. So he was gone for naught. And then Yunis Khan was forced to tickle a delivery down the leg side, where Shane Dowditch took the catch, and Holder was once again the bowler. And as I said, he rocked the Pakistan batting hard, even before the Pakistanis could actually get on to the 56 runs arrears that they had. They were 41 for 3 at one stage, and soon this became 48 for 4, as Misbah-ul Haq, trying to play a pull shot to the bowling of the offie Ralston Chase, ended up in the hands of Bishu. He was gone for 4. That was a big wicket of Yunus Khan and Misbah-ul Haq. And Pakistan, even before reaching the 56 runs arrears, they had only 48 on the board, and 4 wickets were in the pavilion. And finally, it was left to Azhar Ali, in the company of Sarfraz Ahmed, to stem the rot, as Azhar Ali really played in the solid fashion that he does to occupy the crease, and he saw to it, Azhar Ali with an unbeaten 45, 3 fours and 1 6, and Sarfraz Ahmed was not out on 19 with 2 boundaries, finally saw off the day for Pakistan without any further mishap, as they ended up with 87 for 4. Thus Pakistan 31 runs ahead right now as far as the second innings is concerned. The bowling, Jason Holder, absolutely superb. 9 overs, 4 maidens, 10 runs and 3 wickets, absolutely rocking the Pakistani boat hard. And Shannon Gabriel, even though he didn't take wickets, but I thought he bowled with lots of venom. 8 overs, 1 maiden, none for 14. Joseph did a good job, 6 overs, none for 16. Brathwaite, none for 5. And Ralston Chase also picked up the most important wicket of Misbah-ul Haq, 13 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 39. Bishu bowled only 2 overs, so we'll see a lot of Bishu tomorrow. So 87 for 4. I think West Indies have done a great job here. They're only 31 runs in front, but yes, they still have Azhar Ali and Sarfraz to contend with, and if they can, and tomorrow being the fourth day, time is not a constraint, and we should see some real, really some nice cricket coming up on the fourth day in Sharjah. Um, the next match that I'm going to look at will be between Zimbabwe versus Sri Lanka. As I said, it was a rain hit day today. It's a fourth day, and it all started off with the Zimbabwean bowlers absolutely bowling a very good line. As Graham Creamer, the Zimbabwean skipper, referred that he will try to actually throttle the runs by bowling, adopting a different tactic so that the Sri Lankans are kept without making any runs, and that's what precisely happened. I thought the Zimbabwean bowlers absolutely followed their skipper's instructions to a T. As it all started with we seeing that Mumba was really bending the ball, in the sense he was really bowling the ball at the fourth stump, and he was forcing the Sri Lankans to make mistakes. And yes, and one of the deliveries which Kaushal Silva definitely made a mistake, as he lost his stumps to Mumba, was the best bowler today, as he was bowled by Mumba for 7. After that, the score at 17 for 1 after Kaushal Silva departed, but Karunaratne was looking good at the crease as he was joined in by Kushal Perera. Kushal Perera could not get any of his pyrotechnics going here, as Malcolm Waller picked up his wicket for 17 with 1 boundary, and then Kushal Mendes also failing in this particular test match, as after making only 19, he was a victim of the Mobley of Mumba. Mumba was an absolute fire, one could say, as he was the one who was picking up the wickets, and then we saw Taranga being consumed by Mumba for 1, and it left Sri Lanka not in a great spot of bother, but I would say just a bit of bother here at 117 for 4. But then Karunaratne was the other one who was watching it at the other end, and he was trying to really stay at the wicket, which he was doing very well, as he was joined in by the talented Dhananjay De Silva. Dhananjay De Silva definitely missed out an opportunity in the first innings, but in the second innings, it was a confident Dhananjay De Silva. He was playing that shots that he normally does with a lot of panache, as he was cutting well, he was pulling well, and also he was flicking well, as a partnership started from 117. It was a very good partnership which added 94 good runs, and that was precisely required, as the partnership took the score on to 211, and in that the contribution was going on. Karunaratne had gone on to his century, as I said, Karunaratne getting into form for after quite a long time for Sri Lanka, and that is something that is always very, very welcome for Sri Lanka, as Karunaratne carved 110 runs with 7 boundaries before being a victim of the bowling of Pofu, as he was caught and bowled. And then finally we saw Mumba once again return and knock off Dhananjay De Silva by getting him caught by Waller, and I thought Mumba was very, very impressive today with his bowling. A very good line, and he was rewarded 64 with 5 fours and 1 6 for Dhananjay De Silva. And then finally, when stumps were drawn for the day, the Sri Lankan score stood at 247 for 6. Not the stumps, basically due to rain, play was stopped, and the score at 247 for 6. Gunaratne, the debutant, was not out on 16 with 1 boundary. Pereira was not out on 1, and that really said that the the Sri Lankans were 411 runs in front. And today being the 4th day, it would be very interesting to see what Rangana Herath does. I would rather say that Rangana Herath, the Sri Lankan captain, should declare and throw the challenge to the Zimbabweans to make 412 runs for victory. Whether that is going to happen, that's way. But let me have a word for Carlo Mumba. What a splendid bowling spell from him. He 11.5 overs, 2 maidens, 50 runs and 4 wickets. Let's remember that he's making his test debut, and that is a wonderful returns on his test debut. Other than that, Pofu had 1 for 42. Creamer was creamed, I would say. Creamer was not allowed to really settle down. 14 overs went for 67. Tripano none for 33. Waller 1 for 17. And that was it. And that was as far as the match situation. So as I said, it would be interesting to see whether Rangana Herath, the new Sri Lankan skipper, decides to actually declare the innings tomorrow in the morning and set Zimbabwe 412 runs for victory. And I think that would be a great challenge for Zimbabwe. And also, Sri Lankans would probably give themselves a chance to go for the victory here. So, all in all, it should be an interesting, it should be a fascinating day's play coming up if Rangana Herath declares tomorrow. So, one is really waiting to see that happens tomorrow. And I think it should make for a fascinating battle between bat and ball tomorrow. And as you know, the Zimbabweans are the ones who are batting last on this pitch. Already the pitch has shown signs of some variable bounce. So tomorrow it would be a good idea for Rangana Herath, the Sri Lankan captain, to declare the innings and set the target. So hope that happens. And with that being said, it's time for me to wind up this cricket show today. Thanks for your company as always. And this is your host Ram bidding